Hello, let me know if you see me and hear me. Let me know. Okay. Always something weird with this app. I don't know what's going on. It's my third time. I don't know if you could hear me before, but it's my third time logging in. Probably you could see me just now and not before. Let me tell you that okay, for some reason when I logged on the tour, he said Pope Francis, the tour that we just had, like, you know, last week, because of his funeral. And but I connect to the one of today, so I really have no idea what's going on, because he always shows like a different tour. But anyways, I don't know, it's weird, because what you read now, it's Azaleas, is because I changed it now, but it said Pope Francis before. I don't know what's going on, seriously, but anyways, we're here. Okay, so again, I wasn't late, but I was trying to log on like many times, and wasn't working. So hello everybody, ciao ciao. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's gonna rain from Tuesday, so we're lucky. And who do I need to thank already? Anne, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much, Anne. Hello everybody. Oh, it's really hot. I can't believe that from tomorrow it's gonna get cooler, but better, because I'm not ready for summer. Let me tell you again, really strange. Like I logged on this tour and it said Pope Francis. I don't know. It must be him. Anyways, now we're gonna do it backwards. Okay, the final should have been the steps, but instead. Actually, let me think about it. Actually. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it this way. So I heard that the Azaleas are not blooming, flowering anymore. And I was right, because I'm here and I'm seeing that they're all dry, and I know you were expecting that. So of course the plants are here, but at the same time that you won't see the flowers. So to make it up to you, I prepared a little extra. Okay, so don't worry about it. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for your support. Okay, because I know you were expecting the flowers, but we can't control nature. And they got a little dry, unfortunately. Now, let's make it super quick, as always. Free tour in English, live, but, and you are of course welcome to rewatch it. But if you wish to support, even if it's free, you can do so, just like Anne and Cynthia did through PayPal. But you can also do it through Buy Me Coffee. You have both links in the channel or in any tour in the description. Or if you have any problem with that, you can just message me on Messenger about it, okay? So there are some flowers though. I'll show you some. So yes, I'll repeat this also halfway. Let me tell you, the little extra that I'm gonna give you today, because of the flowering, drying, it's connected to a tour that I've been working on. You have no idea, since Ego's days. I never talked about it much, But trust me, it's really tough. It's a really tough tour to put on together, and to put together, and it's a movie tour. It's actually 2 movie tours, because I want to make a really interactive tour. It's not easy because I need to collect scenes and anecdotes from the past. So I need to record those and show you live to you. So I'm trying to do that. And so the little extra of today, just to make it up to you because of the flowering that is not really visible, it's connected to these movie tours that I've been working on for like 2 years, probably even more. So hopefully you will appreciate when finally I will come out with those. Movie tour part 1, movie tour part 2. So, and we'll start right away with that extra. But before that, we'll of course enjoy the viewing here, the little flowers that we can notice, even though there's not much. But yes, we are ready to start. I want to flip the camera. As you see, there are not much flowers. There's some bougainville here, which are now the azaleas, but still. It's a beautiful terrace up there. We are at Spanish Steps. And you see all the flowering there, but there's not really much flowering. I'll try to show you as much as possible, okay? But yes, they're pretty dry, but it's still nice to be at Spanish Steps, right? Just to show you, like, I have an idea, but you see they're super dry, but it's a shame because this is supposed to be full of flowers, and you see they're super dry. Still very nice though. Let the ambulance go. You wonder what, Anna? Let me see. Let me know. Still unusual though to see all these plants here, because it's not very typical for the steps, which are generally just steps. But there's a reason why they got this dry though. Let me just walk this side. These are, because there's a lot of crowd. Look at this, it's a huge crowd. This sign, oh yeah, I don't know what's going on with this Streamlabs, seriously. Even the title was Pope Francis and it should have been Azaleas, so I really have no idea. I mean, it's already, we should be already thankful for the fact that we are on the same tour all together, seriously. But anyways, nothing we can do about it. Allora means so. All the plants that you're seeing, it's part of the 87 edition Azaleas exhibition. And it's always during spring that this beautiful show in Rome comes up. Yeah, the subscriber thing, I know, I see that too. I have no idea how to get that out. So I think we'll have to stick with it, unfortunately. I'll try to work on it later. But it's small. Yes, I know it's small. So as I was saying, yeah, spring is not spring in Rome without the Azaleas. And this is the 87th exhibition of this beautiful flower. that dates back to 1930s. It was actually and initially set up in the park of Villa Aldorbandini, which is nearby. But in 1952, it moved permanently here at the Spanish Steps. And the view, the floral view, is entrusted to about 250 white and lilac azalea plants, which are now a little dry. And you know that I have an extra for you for that, to make it up to you. But you see part of this here. You see some of the lilac one, even though they're dry. But imagine all this. We saw it last year though, so if you watched last year's tour, you may remember all the flowers. Plus, Catherine did a sketch of it right after that tour, and if you were on the tour, you can remember all those flowering. I'll try to update it. Why not? I'll try to look into it. Unfortunately, I think if I can do anything on it, it must be like live, but I'll try. You know that Streamlabs is being acting up lately, so yes. What are these flowers the rest of the year? Well, their usual place, their usual residence is in the Semenzaio di San Sisto, which is the flower nursery of Rome, on the slopes of the Celio Hill, which we'll see very soon. Not just because we will go to Villa Celimontana, a tour that I've been postponing for so many times. I know it's a brand new tour. It's a villa that nobody has ever shown before, and it's Roman's favorite. So, and also is one of the 7 hills of Rome. So that's where the flowers generally are. They stay during the year. And of course, there are gardeners that take care of the essences belonging to this special flower variety that it's called Rhododendron indicum, which is commercially unavailable. So you can find these flowers anywhere in the world, and you can only find it in Rome because it's particularly adaptable to the Roman climate. Which, funny to say, they're dry, but there's a reason. Like the duration of the exhibition, which is about a month, and it starts always on the 21st of April. Why? You may know by now why, because it's the birthday of Rome. So on that day, for a month, the flowers are on the steps. But it all depends on the weather conditions. So a sudden increase in temperature or a succession of rainy days, of course, shortens the flowering time and accelerating their return to the city nurseries. And these days we had some rains and some very hot weather like today. So that's probably the reason why the result of this. Yes, thank you for the tip, Natalie. I will definitely look into it because I know it's the second time, but I know it's not that biggie because it's on the corner, so we're fine anyway. So let me see if I can still show you some of the flowering though. You see? For example, this one probably are covered by the shadow, and that's probably why they're still a little visible. Yeah, but most of them are dry, as you can see. Unfortunately, I'd say. Let's go on top and see the view though. But I just want to okay, beautiful. That's a perfect spot. We're in a secret spot. My extra now is to show you a famous movie that has been made here, and you will recognize it right away. Okay, this is a little extra, but at the same time it's a little sponsor for my future movie tours, so I'm really happy to show you this. Thank you, Jennifer, for your support. Thank you so much. Now let's get ready for this. I'm gonna set it up for you. It's not really viewable.
Wow, it's you.
Yes, Mr. Bradley.
What is it?
Do you like it?
Very much.
Actually, it's not. Trying to find a spot with less shadow.
Mr. Bradley, I have a confession to make.
Confession?
Yes, I ran away last night from school.
Oh, what was the matter? Trouble with the teacher?
No, nothing like that.
Well, you don't just run away from school for nothing.
Sorry, problem with the
Well, it
gimbal.
meant to be for an hour or two. They gave me some last night to make me sleep.
Oh, I see.
Now I better get a taxi and go back.
Well, look, before you do, why don't you take a little time for yourself?
Maybe another round.
Live dangerously. Take the whole day.
I could do some of the things I've always wanted to.
Like what?
Oh, you can't imagine. I'd like to do just whatever I like. The whole day long.
Things like having a haircut, eating gelato.
Yes, and I'd like to sit at a sidewalk cafe and look in shop windows, walk in the rain, have fun, and maybe some excitement. Doesn't seem much to you, does it?
It's great. Tell you what, why don't we do all those things together?
Don't you have to work?
Work? Now, today is going to be a holiday.
You won't do a lot of silly things.
Little bit. First wish, one sidewalk cafe coming right up. I know just the place.
Okay. Let me stop that. The sun is really high, so if you want me to show it to you again after, when there's more shadow, we can try to do so. Okay, so now that the game is guess the title. No, and I didn't see the Pope. Like, I didn't see the Mass. Of course, I saw the when it was announced. And I see a man that really resembles him right now. Roman Holidays. Remember that movie? Anyways, let's keep going. Yes, I knew. I was waiting for you to tell me. Anyways.
The lore?
Yeah,
What lore?
of the Spanish steps.
No, what is the lore?
I don't know the lore.
Oh.
I was just hoping you knew.
No, we can Google it once we're up there.
Yeah.
So, as always, like 135 steps. And these are all the flowers that were supposed to be here again. Huh? See, these are some of the white ones that I told you. You can take a glimpse at it. Beautiful movie. And the view of the beautiful steps, but we need to go on up and up again. I'm gonna show you the scene after when there's more shadow, okay? 135 steps. I mean, you should know this by now because I've been telling you many times of the Spanish steps, which once was Piazza di Francia, so, I mean Square of France, not Spain, in the 17th century, which owes its name to the Palace of Spain, seat of the Iberian State Embassy to the Holy See, which is downstairs. But thanks to that embassy, then the name Spanish took over. This is the famous obelisk in front of the beautiful Trinità de Monti. The church in front. Look at this beautiful view. Was founded in 1502. We're not gonna get inside because we've been there many times, so that's not what's the tour about. But still, we're here. Why not showing it to you again? It was founded in Gothic style, and then it got restored and restored and restored until getting its actual shape, current shape. I'm waiting for some people to leave from here so you can actually have a view of the staircase, which, thanks to fashion, has undergone various restoration over the years. And I'm talking about the steps, of course. One of the most recent one was in 1995, but also that of 2016, which was carried out thanks to the economic contribution of Bulgari fashion brand. In just a year, the square has suffered from many attacks as well to the famous boat underneath. And so thanks to Bulgari, everything was restored again. Okay, there's some space here, so let me see.
So look at the sun. Swap sides.
Scusate,
So good, like 40.
they just took my spot. Not very nice. Just gonna show you from here. But you know, it's a little extra. Do you want to walk with me also on the way back? So maybe we'll have the occasion to see the sunset. Not sure though. Maybe no, I'm just lying because actually no, the sunset is later. But still, you can walk with me on the way back. Why not? You'll keep me company. Thank you so much for the coffee. Cynthia, am I right? Was it Cynthia? Look at the beautiful terrace from here. Like this one. And of course, not this, but the one to the right is St. Peter. We've actually been inside that church, if you remember, on our Via del Corso tour. Yeah, this is a peaceful walk in Rome. And here again, the view from a little farther, so you have a better view of the Trinità de Monti, which, by the way, is the only part, together with what we're about to see in a little, that kept the French domination in a way. This is the French church, and masses are held in French. Not just that, when the obelisk was set right in front, the Pope was the Pope. I mean, the Pope was for it, but all the all the priests working and living in the church were super angry. They say, why are you placing an obelisk in front of a church? Why? We don't have the view anymore. But the Pope didn't care. And also, think about it. Every time there's an obelisk, it means that there's a sacred, holy place nearby. Look at this beautiful sidecar. And so that's why the Pope wanted to place it here, because it was one of the few important churches that didn't have an obelisk in front. And that's the reason it was taken. It was actually this is a copy of the original one that is in Piazza del Popolo, which we'll see at the end of the tour from the top of the terrace. This tour is also dedicated to romantic views, which one of them, of course, we just saw it now. Even though with no flowers, unfortunately, we'll have to wait next year. It's literally this year, they last not even like 3 weeks. So we were unfortunate on that. Now, maybe trying to find a little shade, so as to show you the as to show you the. I also want to show you this, to show you the movie that I showed you before. So this is through the walk we're going. See, you see all these alleys that are directly connected to Via del Corso, the main street of Rome. Still the St. Peter's dome right there. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. We're lucky. It was supposed to rain for a few hours. Luckily it's not. Likely it's not. Allora, cosa vediamo lì di fronte? What are we seeing in front of us? A beautiful building, right? Which I hope to show you one day, but it's probably one of the most difficult to get in and to film. I'm trying my best, but it's not really easy. And that's Villa Medici, of course. Villa Medici, which in front, also connected to France, because, and we'll read it also in description in front of the palace. Sorry, that was loud. So let me just go over this tree and show you better. There you go. It's also the National Academy of France, Académie Nationale de France. Of course, we're a little too close. It's a little tough to show you the whole thing, but we saw it from farther. Really connected to this fountain, which is the fountain of Villa Medici. And talking about Pope, since it's a very actual current topic, when Cardinal Ferdinando Medici was appointed Pope Sixtus V by Pope Sixtus V, the Pope, having completed the work, wanted to give him some ounces of water, and which he made gas from this fountain, commissioned it to Annibale Lippi, which was the architect. Let me just go around. It's a very, very large white fountain. But the legend behind it is really, really interesting. Probably some of you that have been on my tours before already know it, but just in case, I'm going to repeat it again because I know that some of you may have missed it. And there's a popular legend about this fountain that basically says that in the 17th century, the Queen Christina of Sweden came to Rome, and and she was said to be a rather masculine type, so with a very, very tough character, very tough behavior, personality, very impulsive at the same time. So it is said that one day, having promised the French painter Charles Herran, who was staying at Villa Medici at that time, to knock on his door at a certain time, and finding herself at St. Angel Castle. At that hour, Christina exploded a cannon, pointing straight towards the door of Villa Medici, where unexpectedly and incredibly and also intact, the stone ball landed exactly there. Then it was placed in memory of this event and little legend and incredible story in the center of the basin. And there you go. That's why there's a bolt right there. You see it? And that's the stone bowl, recalling that moment. Which is still today in front of the beautiful Villa Medici. Super romantic story, not just romantic views. Beautiful fountain, beautiful. And now we'll keep going. This gate that you're seeing now is the one leading you to Villa Medici. We need to walk until the next one to actually go to the other two panoramic terraces. Look at this other beautiful view, which of course I need to show you. This is just magnificent. It's just so beautiful. I don't know if you have the same kind of vibe I'm having, but look at these beautiful Roman roofs. Right there is mostly residential. The dome of St. Peter is not viewable anymore. I can see clearly also the gasometer at the EUR district, Ostiense district actually. Monte Mario also, Mario Mount in the distance. It's a very, very beautiful view. Let's continue because this is a really walk you should do to see all this beautiful panoramic view. See, also see the Vatican there. You see it? Right there. And I hear some lovely music. It's not Mickey, but sounds lovely as well.
Because I know I kill my enemies when they come. Surely goodness and mercy will
Really good singer, right? Hello, Emily and Carol. And finally, we're about to climbing our way to the terraces. There are two more. Look at this. This is another view, beautiful view, which we recognize. This one, we've been there, is the Anglican church. If you remember, on our way to Piazza del Popolo, to Spanish Steps, we always find this church. Then, if you see there in the distance, there you go, without my hand. There in the distance, we see, let me see, maybe here, the Palace of Justice. And yes, the dome that you see on the right is still St. Peter. Okay. We can finally cross. Okay, let's go. Couldn't find a place with a shade, enough shade to show you the scene again, but I will, I promise. Someone messaged me, but I can't respond at the moment. Sorry. I'm gonna tour with my friends. Okay, climbing. Okay, you have no idea how. You should see me. That's really tough. Okay, there's a lot of plant, and that's why it's really tough too. Just bear with me. Okay. And this is probably even more beautiful than the view we're gonna see at the end. Everybody believes it's the one at Pincio. Yes, it's true, but this is even more beautiful. And there you go. Literally from here, the whole view. Literally so clear that you can see everything today. Everything. It's crazy. Okay, we have more views to see. Since we haven't seen flowers, there's a beautiful wedding going on. I'm gonna give you some extra because we haven't been able to see the flowers. But here we are at Casina Valadier. Casina Valadier, it's a little house called Valadier, just like the architect that took care of the whole area, so even of Piazza del Popolo, as I mentioned him many times. So this part is all Casina Valadier, which for the occasion of the wedding, they set all these flowers as well. Very, very beautiful. And if we turn on this other part, this is the back of Villa Medici, and it's on her back, but this is the god Rome, this statue on the right, which is of course inside Villa Medici. I'm really trying my best to show you this villa one day, but it's really hard. But this is one of the masterpieces of the villa. It's on her back, but it's the goddess right here. Michaela, which church is on the left? Well, I left already. Left. So I don't know which one you were referring to. But let me tell you, Rome is a city of churches. There's so many, like literally. So sometimes it's even tough to distinguish them. But hopefully we'll be able to go to one of those churches. There's a new series coming up about churches. This is a very old hub, shed, not in use. It resembles a little bit of the Shakespearean era, right? It looks kind of like the Globe Theatre, right? Which, as you know, there's a replica of the Globe Theatre here in Villa Borghese. But also, there was a little accident during a school trip, and unfortunately they closed it, and probably they're gonna close it forever with no restoration. Very unfortunate, because also the guy that decided to restore and build the theater there was the most popular Roman actor. Thanks to him, we had this theater for like 20 years. And it's really a shame that they're not taking care of the restoration anymore. Miki told me a story that when she came here, she was a little girl, she asked her dad all the time money to go on the carousels, but the way she would ask for that, it was so peculiar. She would always ask, hey dad, can you go to the wall? The wall was the ATM. So for her, the wall was the ATM. So you could just go to the wall and take money, you know? I wish it was that easy to have money, right? Okay, let's get into the middle of this terrace, which of course it's part of Villa Borghese, which of course is also a tour coming up. As you know, since we've been to Villa Borghese many times, I wanted to make it new and a little special. And so, if you are going to watch the tour, don't think you already watched it. We are gonna see 8, and I say 8 more attractions. 8, that's a lot. So there are a lot of parts of the villa that you haven't seen yet. You'll be able to see it this time, and that's probably also why I'll dedicate for sure 2 parts to Villa Borghese, but probably even 3. I'm still trying to decide, because if I do 2, they're probably gonna be very long tours. Yes, a church series of the most beautiful ones that most of the times are not shown, but they're still important, you know. Many of you have been asking me also for the Church of St. Cross of Jerusalem. So look at this beautiful palm, and they added a new one. Wow. Once it was only this one, the most famous palm of Rome. It's like a monument for us. It's one of the most famous palms in Rome. I'm not kidding. Apart from Piazza Cavour, Cavour Square, and also Spanish Steps. We are again in Villa Borghese, more precisely at the Pincio Terrace, which is right above Piazza del Popolo Square. The hill, though, is not included in the famous 7 hills of Rome, but still it's one of the most favorite panoramic viewpoints for the Romans, especially with this beautiful palm tree. From the terrace, which we are getting close to, we are able to see the historic center and the Vatican from above, just like we have seen during all this tour. But this is definitely the most famous viewpoint, no doubt about it. We can also see the Monte Mario Mount, which I mentioned even before. The Quirinal Hill, the one of the presidential house. So there are many things that we are able to see. You can already see the dome in the distance. There's a lot of people right there, so it will be a little tough to get through it, but we'll. And also in the distance, the Ianiculum Hill, which we've been many times. Beatles. Na 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 na. We're just waiting for some people to go, and then I will show you the beauty of this panoramic view. You see there's a tennis court right there. It happens very many times that they play sports event. In this case, it's the Rome International Tennis Championship, which, you know, Yannick Sinner, the Italian guy, is the #1 in the world in the ranking. St. Peter's. Mario Mount there, Ianiculum, it's right there. And Palace of Justice on the left. And of course from here we can see the whole square, which as a little reminder, you remember that populus actually means people in Italian, but many people confuse that way. Nowadays it's still considered a square of the people, but just because in Italian means that, but the actual reason is because populus means oh my god, help me out with the name of the tree. Poplar, see? So it means poplar, and because once the whole square was wood of poplars, and that's why they named it Square of Poplars. The fact that in Latin the name of the tree is similar to the word people is just a coincidence. So that's why today we call it Piazza del Popolo, meaning Piazza, Square of the People. Also, think that here, again, Nero, the famous emperor that set Rome on fire, but that's a legend, of course, he was buried here. And people thought it was like a cursed place, so they asked for the Pope to take his body and throw his ashes on the Tiber as a way of exorcise the place, because they thought it was like a cursed place. Elisabetta. Don't worry. Thank you so much, Michaela. I don't deserve that tip because I left after you asked me the question about the church and I couldn't respond to you. Love the music. Isn't it beautiful? Stroll, pleasant.
As long as we're together, running, I don't care. Cause you started something and you can see that ever since we met, we had it all to me. No matter what we do, I only want to.
I love that everybody says hi all the time. Elisabetta, don't worry about the tip. Don't worry. Michaela tipped for you. So, now we're going back, but now we're gonna see the Valadier house from the front. Which is gorgeous. It's the one where they're having the wedding. All the statues that you see here, think about it, there are only 3 dedicated to women. Unfortunately, most of them are men. I mean, no, it's not fortunate, but you know, should be more equal in a way. I got a wrong message. I don't know if you get it too, let me know. It says that I'm locked, but let me know if I'm still good in the tour. Let me know, because I see an error message. Anyways, the beautiful villa, house of Valadier. Oh, I'm gonna sit a little. Unfortunately, this error message is covering your message, so sometimes I can read it. In quantity of vowels, which says popular is feminine and people is masculine. That's right. Okay, Michaela. Good job. That's a good thing to do. See, whenever I miss something, take a screenshot. New thing to do. The image on the screen is gone, but you hear my voice. Okay, before I do this, I will stop the tour and restart it again, in case it will be a new tour, or just find me. Okay? Let me know if you have a problem with the viewing of the screen. I will wait for an answer. You see well, all good? Yeah, it sounds as good. Oh yeah, now that thing is gone. Guys, I have no idea what's going on with Streamlabs, honestly. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, since we've been to Pincio Hill. Oh my god, so many messages. So okay, I will stay. This promenade that we're doing is called Pincio Promenade because of the hill called Pincio, so the Pincian Promenade, Pincio. Once it was called Colle dei Giardini, so the gardens hill, and was already home to gardens during the Roman times. The modern names derives from the gens Pinciana, so some noble people call this way Pincio, Pinciana, who came afterward. The Pincio was situated out of the original borders of the Roman city, excluded from, again, the 7 famous hills of Rome. Literally, Emperor Aurelian included it in the walls. In the imperial age, this hill became the favorite place for most of the important families of the city, like Pompeo, Scipione Emiliano, and Lucullo, famous Roman noble families. And many others built their houses here, surrounded by the enormous horti, which in English would be their gardens. And Lucullo also ordered the construction of the famous Orti Luculliani, the Lucullians' gardens, where Messalina, the wife of the Emperor Claudius, was killed. And until the 18th century, the hill, Pincian Hill, was deserted. There was just the house and the area of the Agostiniani of Santa Maria del Popolo, the gardens of the Minimi Monastery and Villa Medici. So they were the only ones, Villa Medici and the gardens around. As we said before, between 1808 and 1814, the French conquered Rome and restored the area. And the architect Valadier, Giuseppe Valadier, which I mentioned before, made his own house on the hill too, which is the one we're seeing in front of us right now, Casina Valadier, Valadier little house. But it's not that little. I don't know why he called it little, but there's nothing little about this villa, right? Nowadays it's a public cafe, which is also, as you saw, for events, and people can rent and book it for weddings and other kinds of celebrations. So, Natalie, I will read your message as soon as another message will come up, because again I have an error message covering the last message in the chat, unfortunately. Look how beautiful this villa is, which Valadier, the architect, and also he lived here, he's also the one taking care of Popolo Square, so very, very important architect. I've gone. I need to restart. Oh, okay, that's good. Beautiful flowery corner. They're not Azaleas, but they're still worth seeing. Now you should be able to see me instead. Okay, surprisingly, end of the tour. But maybe, oh, but there's too much music. The song you're hearing is the one that won Sanremo Festival and that was supposed to be a Eurovision, but then second place song is going to get there. It's a beautiful one. I love it. Anyways, guys, thank you for staying with me today in this beautiful sunny day. Hopefully next Sunday will be the same as sunny. We're going to Villa Celimontana unless it rains again. As you know, villas have mud, and so if it rains, we can't go there, and unfortunately I need to skip the tour. But if it's sunny, and hopefully from now on it will be sunny, we'll finally see Villa Celimontana, which I know that many of you are waiting for that. And then many more surprises. There's another big one coming up, just like Sant'Angelo Castle inside, you remember that. Another one coming up is, little spoiler, Arapacis and the Emperor Augustus. So we talked about Adriano and his lover and Castel Sant'Angelo inside. Next time we're gonna do Arapacis inside and see one building that is not showable to people, but I had the luck to be inside and to go inside. So I'm gonna show it to you because on purpose I went there for you and filmed it for you. On top of that, we'll be inside the Arapacis, which, as you know, it's a museum, so it's a paying ticket. But I happen to be there as well, so we'll see that, and we'll tell you a little bit more about the history of Augustus as well. Don't worry, Adriana, the walk was really pleasant. Hopefully I gave you some little peaceful vibe, since also the Pope talked about peace, then peace from my side as well. Peace and love, and see you next weekend with another tour. I forgot to mention, because probably it was so peacefully as well, that yes, this is a free tour, but of course you're welcome to support it in any way through PayPal. Oh wow. Through PayPal or through Buy Me Coffee. The links are below, probably in a different tour description, because this is probably messed up in a way. Got messed up during the beginning of the tour, or in the description of the tour, or you can just message me on Messenger if you want to be told about the if you want to be told how the tips work. Okay, thank you so much, and have a lovely Sunday.